Hi, welcome to another Training Tuesday. My name's Steve. I'm at the Dartford Training Centre. Today's Training Tuesday, we're going to be looking at the new Baxi Air Source Heat Pump Pre-plumbed cylinder, and we're going to be looking at the new controller and the advanced menu. Right, upon the release of the new Air Source Heat Pump Pre-plumbed cylinder, what we're going to look at is how the new controller interacts with the heat pump and how we can navigate the main menu and the carousel menu. So let's take a look. Right, so on the controller we have the enter button, which also scrolls left and right. We've got the menu button, which is these three lines here, and then we've got the back button, okay? Right now we've got this main sort of loading page, and on that we've got the current outdoor temperature. We've got this little tap flashing, which means that we've got a current hot water demand. It's telling us that the system is okay, and it's telling us with this little fan, that means that the heat pump's on, and we've got the day and the time. Okay, so if I hit the menu button, it then takes me into the main user menu. All right, so right now I can see that I've got my heat pump and the system flow temperature is currently at 31 degrees. That's because we're heating up the hot water. When we scroll across, it can tell us what the outdoor temperature is, so it's 3.3 degrees outside right now. When we go across to this one, this is how we set a holiday away setting. So if we were going away on holiday, we can tell it when we're going away, what we want the heat pump to do when we're on holiday, and then when we're coming home. All right? When we scroll along to the next one, it tells us energy overview. Now the energy overview is a live recording of what the heat pump is doing and a calculated recording of what the heat pump has consumed and outputted. In other words, it's going to tell us how many kilowatt hours we've consumed and how much heat we've put into the property. When it does that, it's going to calculate a SCOP for the end user, which is going to give them an indication of how well the heat pump and the system is performing. Okay. When we scroll along to the next one, we've got our circuit A, which is our main circuit, and we've got our central heating off. So if we were to click on that, we could then put the heating on or change any scheduling to do with the heating. And then last, we've got our hot water. So right now, we've got our hot water. We're trying to heat it up to 53 degrees. The current temperature inside the cylinder is 24.8. And right now the state is production. So the heat pump is producing heat for the hot water cylinder. Right, so after we've navigated the user menu, if we hit this button here, which is the menu, it takes us out into this carousel menu, okay? So on the carousel menu, we've got the operating mode. This is how we turn the heating off or put it onto time functions. When I scroll along one, it tells me domestic hot water on or off. Same thing, so I can either turn off the hot water production or put it on. When I scroll along again, I've got the heating temperature. So this is how I can set heating temperatures for rooms at certain times, say 20 degrees at 10 o'clock at night. When I scroll along, I've got the water temperature. So this is how I can manage what storage temperature I want the water to be stored at inside my cylinder. Next up, we've got a temporary heating temperature change. So if we had the house got a bit too cold, for example, we could temporarily turn the heating up, which would give us a bit more heat into the property. Hot water boosts, that's if we've ran out of hot water, then we can put a boost on, which is going to get us back up to our comfort set point. System holiday mode, this is the same as the main menu where we're going through all of our holiday settings and what we want the heat pump to do when we're on holiday. User settings, so when we click on user settings, it gives us everything that we want to control, zones, hot water settings, functions, silent mode, energy management, etc. Test mode, this is for installers, so when they first put the heat pump on, they'll want to put it into test mode to make sure that everything's working. Next up, we've got the installer section. We're going to go into more detail for that in a later video. Finder, that's how we find certain codes. So if the installer, for example, wanted to change a certain parameter, they could search in here for that code, AC or whatever, HP, and the number, and that will take them to the specific parameter they're looking to change. Signals is the information that is sent back from the heat pump to the controller for us to view what the heat pump is doing, because the heat pump's going to be outside and this is going to be in a nice lovely cozy cupboard. Energy overview, this is the same as the main menu where it's looking at all the consumption of the heat pump and what it's outputting in terms of kilowattage. Bluetooth is how we can connect a mobile device to the heat pump in order for smart commissioning. System settings, this is where we can change anything to do with date, time, light, anything you want to do, language. And last but not least, version information. This is for our engineers to have a look at what software version this controller's on, and if there is any software updates in the field, it allows them to do so. So to go back to the main menu from the carousel menu, all we do is hit the back button and it takes us back onto that screen there. So hopefully this video will help you navigate the main menu and the advanced carousel menu. For more information, contact your local area sales manager or head over to baxi.co.uk/training.